Hi everyone, my name's Chelsea. Welcome back to my channel, my son's friend channel. Um, if you watched part one of this Hoid series that I'm doing, you'll notice I'm wearing the same shirt, and that's because I literally filmed that video 45 minutes ago. And when I watched part of it back, I thought I missed several important things about Hoid that I had intended to discuss and just started rambling and got off on a tangent. So one more time, in case you missed part one for some reason, we're going to be talking about Hoid. I want to alert you to the presence of spoilers for Stormlight Archive, the Cosmere, Warbreaker, not all of the Cosmere, but the majority of it, right? I haven't read Mistborn Era 2 or Elantris, everything else I've read, so there you go. Definitely Stormlight heavy. Anyway, let's just get into it. I had a thought, and this is delving in kind of deep right off the bat. But I thought about, what if in the beginning, when before Adonalsium shattered, Adonalsium represented community. That seems weird, but bear with me, right? Because he splits off into all these different things: autonomy, preservation, ruin, odium, yada, yada, yada. Many different aspects, right? Many different sides. And that he kind of represents community, while Hoid sort of represents the individual. He's looking out for individuals in the Cosmere. And I think that's why I love him so much. But I wonder if that's actually deliberate. Is it like a metaphor? Is that kind of a loose association, something we're kind of meant to just whatever? Or is that really central to what Hoid is? Is he sort of, clearly he's not a spren, but an entity who represents the individual, while Adonalsium kind of represents community in the sense of all of these different things working together, different people working together. I don't know. I think maybe I'm getting way too out there, but I like that. So I don't want to totally dismiss it because I like it, right? I'm super biased. I came up with it. It must be genius. But but it is funny that Wit really does seem to look out for specific individuals. He's never really messing with the group. You almost never see him. Yeah, he toys with people, but he makes it personal. He makes it a point to know, or as Wit anyway, know each individual. And he's almost always seen with like one other person. He's having a conversation one-on-one most of the time. Something to think about. I love that idea. I think because Brandon plays with big concepts, like, repeating myself, but autonomy, preservation, ruin, they're huge. Honor, cultivation, they're massive concepts. And he has no problem whatsoever just been like, yeah, I'm just gonna play with that. Yeah, sure. It's he's not intimidated by that. So I wouldn't put it past him to address something through clever characters that you could never really attack head on. That's also, I think, a recurring theme of Stormlight. The groupthink the cultures of Roshar versus the individuals, because the individuals can get along just fine. Kaladin and Leshwi can get along just fine. Oddly enough, I think Dalinar and Eshonai would have gotten along swimmingly had things been different. And certainly Relaine and Bridge 4 could learn to work with one another. And within Bridge 4, those individuals coming together as a team is very special, and important that we see them as individuals, but also as a team. Anyway, got off a little off the beaten path, but the individuals seem to be able to work together fine, even though their cultures sometimes are god awful to one another. And I feel like maybe that's what's going on. That's another aspect of what's going on with Hoid. I'm not sure, but I like that concept. Let's see. What else was there? That's something else I was going to tell you about Hoid. And it was the super obvious thing too. Oh, well, we'll talk about Dog and the Dragon first. So Wit hasn't just helped Kaladin once or twice. He hasn't just given him a flute and been like, all right, here you go. Good luck with your life. He has revisited Kaladin specifically 3 times. And as he says, he swore an oath to always be where he was needed. And Kaladin needs him several times, but never more than when he tells him the story of the dog and the dragon. The perfect Sanderson parable. It's just wonderful in every way. It made me cry. It made me laugh. It was my favorite little piece of Sanderson, and it got straight to the heart of Kaladin, but also, I guess, anyone who has ever felt like that dog, you that wanted to be someone else, that wanted to be something else, something better, something grand, something cool, something awesome, and tried everything to be that, only to find out he really couldn't be that thing because he wasn't meant to be that thing. He was meant to be him, but in striving for that, reached something wonderful, became something better than he would have had he not looked up and wished for something different. Anyway, but really in the end, more importantly, appreciating that a dragon would never have had it that good anyway, right? Like it's not really about the big, cool, shiny achievements. That's not where life is. That's not where your joy really even is most of the time. It's the small things. It's the little dog things. Anyway, such a precious and super sweet story. Perfect in that moment. I wish I knew why he's taking such good care of Kaladin. I'm sure it's benevolent. I mean, it couldn't not be, right? It's wonderful, but it's between him, Kaladin, and Shallan, he has bent over backwards for the both of them. I don't know what that means, other than that they really needed the help. And Lord knows they did. Something else about Hoid it goes without saying, but it's super important, and I have to say it. This is part 2 of the video. I can't believe I didn't mention it in part 1. Hoid is snapping up powers, right? From every single planet in the Cosmere. He's acquiring abilities. He's a light weaver now. He's a mistborn. He's a this and that. again, perhaps he's gonna try to reunite the shards of Adonalcium, and he needs all of the magics of the Cosmere to even have a shot at it. I don't think he would be the vessel. Adonalcium wouldn't have a vessel, right? Nobody could contain all of those shards. Nobody could, like, hold that. I'm not sure how that works. I don't even know if it could work. Maybe he doesn't know either. Maybe he'll light weave and create a vessel. A vessel for Adonalcium out of nothing. Yeah, I don't know. But it's obvious that he is acquiring all of the magics and becoming a very dangerous and influential person in the Cosmere. So there's that. Got to keep in mind that he can do a little of everything and nobody else can. I'm not sure what to make of that. If you know what to make of that, or you have a really good guess, let me know. I'm dying to know what's going to happen with Hoid, what you think is going to happen, where you think this particular part of the story is headed, what his goal is. Am I totally... Maybe he doesn't want... Maybe he thinks someone else is trying to reunite the shards of Adonalcium, and he needs to head them off and ensure that that never freaking happens. But that doesn't seem right. He seems like he's trying to put something right. But I keep coming back to, you know, when he said, hey, I would let this world, you know, basically burn if I could, you know, if I had to. And that's terrifying, because you're like, makes me think, which one of the Cosmere planets is gonna get sacrificed? Okay, that's all I've got for part 2. More questions than answers this time, but I couldn't go to sleep tonight with you thinking that I forgot about the most important things about Hoid. So there we have it. Please do let me know what your theories are. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will talk at y'all again another time. Bye. No part 3, I promise. At least not today.